Do you want to talk about vitamins for child behavior? I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, child development, and education, all through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about vitamins and if they help child behavior. In this video, we're going to talk about vitamins and how helpful they are for child behavior, and then I'm going to share with you some different vitamins and minerals that you can use and what they will do to help your child's behavior and just overall cognitive function improve. I have to say right at the beginning, can vitamins cure child misbehavior? The answer is no. There is literally no pill, no magic vitamin or mineral that will cure childhood behavior. But there are certain things chemically that happen in our body that can make it more difficult to behave or to focus or to have good cognitive function. Some people in their chemical makeups in their brains, if they have gluten, for instance, they actually can't focus and think very clearly. Oftentimes, children who have ADHD or autistic children are taken off of gluten for their diet so that they can focus in just a little bit better. So it's known that what we put into our bodies does matter. But if you're looking for just a vitamin, mineral, essential oil solution for what could help your child, it doesn't actually exist as far as a pill that would solve all the behavior problems. There's going to need to be a combination between vitamins and then the behavior training that you're giving to your child. So we're going to talk about the vitamins and minerals, and I also want to help you a little bit with the behavior training if you're having behavior problems with your child at this time. So let's talk about B6, B12, folate. These are all neurotransmitter vitamins. They help with those neural connections so that people can have a better opportunity of being able to focus in. When a person has a hard time focusing in, that also can lead to irritability, frustration, because they have a hard time maintaining that focus. So could B6, B12, folate help with irritability problems? Yeah, just general grumpiness, okay? Also, if you don't get enough B vitamins, you're going to be tired. Do people get grumpy when they're tired? Yes. So make sure your children get B vitamins as well. What about vitamin D? That vitamin that comes from the sunshine. Get your children outside because vitamin D absolutely helps their overall health. It helps with mood regulation. It helps them also to have less irritability as well. Another thing that D helps with is improving that impulsivity. So if your child has a tendency to be impulsive, to not think before acting, more vitamin D can help. All right, let's talk about some minerals. What about iron? What about zinc? What about magnesium? Now we know that iron is super good for our blood, right? And maintaining all of that, those levels in our blood to help us properly maintain energy in our blood. When your blood is functioning well, then you're going to have good cognitive function as well. So if you eat high iron, so we're talking you eat dark greens, red meat, that kind of stuff, then you're going to have better cognitive function. Also, fat helps your brain function as well. So, and that can come from that red meat sometimes. Zinc helps us not get sick, right? But it also helps us not be so impulsive, and it helps us have better attention spans as well. Making sure that you've got some zinc in that multivitamin for your child can really be beneficial. Magnesium is another one of those things that helps you not be irritable and grumpy because it helps your neurotransmitters. So make sure you get the mag. One more thing we should talk about, it's not a vitamin, but it's something you should be focusing on taking into your body or helping your child have, and that is omega-3s and fatty acids. So make sure you've got some fish in the diet. Teach them to like fish early, because if you don't teach them early on fish, they sometimes struggle with that one. And make sure that you have the good kind of fat, right? From the avocados and the coconut and all that kind of stuff. Bring in all of that for your child as well, because that actually creates a structural support for the brain. If your brain doesn't have enough support and it's not growing and building good enough because it doesn't get enough of that fat that it needs from those basics in our diet, then the child has a hard time thinking clearly, and then that's going to make them more irritable, moody. They're not going to process as well. You know, obviously some of this can be long term, but if we're talking about overall health, let's go ahead and talk about those fatty acids as well. So if you've already subscribed to this channel, then you know I talk a lot here about self-government, about skills, about calmness, and I want to talk about some skills right now and about teaching about calmness as well. So if you want your child's behavior to really improve, you have to do training. It's just like a garden. You don't go out to a piece of dirt and say, give me pumpkins, and then keep walking out and go, how come the pumpkins aren't here? You've got to plant it, the seed, right? You plant the seed, you nourish it, you water it, you pull out the weeds. You've got to do that nurturing so that it will actually produce the yield that it needs to. Our children are the products of our home. They are actually what we are producing. They are the little plants that we are growing, and so we need to feed them, water them, pull out the weeds, and give them the structural soil components that they need for their bodies, but also for their social and their emotional and psychological development, as well as spiritual development and academic, of course. But right now, let's just talk about the skills that they need to be able to solve their problems and communicate so that they can have good relationships. So I'm known all over the world for teaching skills and principles of self-government. I've written 15 books about self-government and teaching that to children and also to parents. These are 4 of my children's books. These are the 4 basic skills children's book series. And these 4 basic skills are following instructions, accepting no answers and criticism, accepting consequences, and disagreeing appropriately. These 4 basic skills are powerful, and they lay the foundation of solving almost every one of their behavioral problems. Each one of these 4 basic skills has a skill set attached to it that you can use to help your child narrow down what piece they're actually struggling with when they're not following instructions, accepting no answers, accepting consequences, or disagreeing appropriately. So just as an example, the skill set for accepting a no answer is 4 steps. You look at the person or the situation, you keep a calm face, voice, and body. What does that mean, right? We got to figure that out. Then you say, okay, like that happened, that's a no. I understand I don't get my way. Whatever the no is, that's a boundary I shouldn't cross over. That's a no answer too. Okay, I say okay to it, or I disagree appropriately. And then step number 4 is drop the subject. That means I don't think about it anymore. I don't talk about it anymore. I move on with my day, even if I didn't get my way. That is a huge life skill. We can probably all think right now that we know adults who do not know how to stay calm if they don't get their way, who do not drop the subject, but they just wallow in stress and anger and negativity and all that kind of stuff. So you see the power of these skills, and I want to teach you more about them because they will change your life. I don't just have skills for children, I have skills for parents too. The most important of those skills is the skill of calmness. If you are calm when you are parenting your children, if you know how to self-regulate and how to help them get to self-regulation, then everything changes and you can implement these other skills much better. I'd like to share with you a free gift. I have a Calm Parenting Toolkit that I have on my website. My website is teachingselfgovernment.com. When you go there right now on the home page, you can get the Calm Parenting Toolkit for free. It's a mini course. It's not my full training, but it will start you on that road to calmness and self-regulation so that hopefully you can prepare the space to use all of the other skills and principles of self-government in your relationship with your children.